like that. It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day, why I'ma run it back. Friday, payday, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. 48 yards, I run it back. I cop a car, I run it back. Go yo, then run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Hello? That's the jag calling. Let me click over real quick to let my jag talk it. I eat it, ooh, Pac-Man. That's the way my neck talking, right? I ain't never coming back the way the stress. You don't make no clap back when you backpack, my bad, but I'm past that with a NASDAQ. That's cash when the money fall, I'ma slap that. Clap when the money go, you don't slap. That's facts. If the money low, I'ma grab proud man. When it come back, I'ma give back my bad. When the check hit, the direct hit. I'm glad when the check missed the direct hit. I'm sad like, who's that knocking at my window? They say that it's the money, I'm like tenfold. Over and out. That's gon' make you up like a limbo. She said she not a, she an. Ooh, why you do that like that? It's a lot of money, why are you mad like that? Ooh, I'm in my new bag, my bad. You ain't get too bad, my bad. First of the month, I'ma run it back. Same day.
Coach, we're just about 4 miles off the shore of Lake Erie at New Era Field in Orchard Park, New York. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Buffalo Bills.
We got this.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And down to the 29-yard line. 36 yards on the play.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss. But with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. In for the score, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
And he is out of bounds here on the return.
Let's go.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
He goes, set, 180. Drill right, 22.
Stafford on first down. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he will finally be taken down up at the 48. A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Play action. Stafford. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. From the gun, it's Allen. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 40.
65, 65.
Off the draw, here's Williams. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 42. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Check.
On second down now, it's Williams. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's third down.
Third and 3.
Check 50. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll bring up fourth down. And the kick by Elliott is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up first and 10 at the 40. Coleman. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Stafford, and he's got the hook up to Moore. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Clear right, 22. 51 to Mike, boy, 51.
Hey, team 6, team 6.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he finds his man, the tight end Olsen. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a 1st down.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
At the 25-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Double time, double time. Out. 3 down. Out.
Here's Stafford. Throw left side complete. It's Jordan. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Blue 60. Tight end right.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. It's caught. Jones. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I know at retirement ceremonies, a rocking chair is often one of the major gifts, but don't give this guy one just yet. He may be plus 30, but my goodness, how about that effort?
Yeah, he's not that old. Hey, I'm on the wrong side of 32.
You okay? You feeling all right?
I'll be all right.
Okay, good.
I just need some chocolate and a box of tissues. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Hurry! 90 is a money. Come on, D. Hey, Charlie.
Now Stafford. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A 9-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Well, now they'll try the end around. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Tight as Ringo. Tight as on Ringo. Tight as on the smooth.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line.
At the 48-yard line.
Not that. You're waiting. You're waiting. Watch that in. 3 down. 3 down. Hey, check. Good work.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Looking downfield for Jones. And he fires one that's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
And they're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now this throw caught left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
2nd and 12.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Monday. 41's the mic. 41's the mic. Check 41. Tighten up.
Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 20-yard line. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Operating from the red zone now. Allen. That's complete to Robinson. A gain of 6 there on first. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Allen going to throw. That is caught by Williams for a Bills touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Elliott now to add the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, Delta. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 49.
To throw again. Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Montez Sweat. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Whip, 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 whip. Watch the whip. Check 15, check 15.
Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's go. And middle. 10.
The final shot before the break. Stafford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Bring it. Check 3. White. Double right. 49. Hey, echo. 49.
Throwing again. Stafford. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Very difficult night for the guys on offense. They've got to be looking at each other in the huddle and on the sidelines. How are we going to find some open space to complete a pass and find open room to run? This defense all night long has squeezed down the passing lanes, made plays on the football. It's really been a thing of beauty for them. He's got to figure all day long prepping for the game. They had to have talked about it again and again. Squeeze passing lanes, and we'll be in great shape.
The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's the Panthers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That was excellent.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 40, the 20, And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A great effort there. 98 yards. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Second half, no matter what. Well, those first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
At their own 34-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off at the 25. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
Well, NFL quarterbacks have learned the hard way. You're not going to get rich throwing against this guy. He's definitely too good. And this is now his second interception of the ball game. And if I'm running the offense, I've got to tell my guys, you've got to go work on the other corner.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And an alley to run. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A big play there. With his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score, Bills 31, Panthers 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Running the jet sweep with Jones. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. He was brought down by Kamu Grugier-Hill.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Lady! Mike 49. Man out, man out, man out, man out.
On 2nd and 9, Stafford. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off down at the 10. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing, and I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches.
Half 85, half 85.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Robert Foster, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Watch the edge. Like 7.
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive. As they score here, especially a touchdown, it's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
I can't believe they let you play. Alert! Let you play.
And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. On 2nd and 9, Stafford forced out to his, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Buffalo. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever. Out of the gun, Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because...
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long, he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
50-50.
Now a 1st down throw. Stafford. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
250. Hey, 70. Bravo. Mike, hurry up.
To throw again. Stafford. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. And Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 3rd and long. It's Stafford. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they've put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
We want it. Regular.
The busy night continues for Williams. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. 12 yards that time, and a Bills first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Allen to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As his guys continue to put this one out. Play it good with a PAT, and that will extend this big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Stafford down to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
I'm coming. Check 26. Hey, Haywood.
Throwing again. Stafford. And Diggs has it. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down.
18 on the play. And a Panther first down.
On first down, it's Stafford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Mike's 49.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he's got his target. That's more. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And he's got a first down as a tackle made at the Bills' 27-yard line. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Watch the lane. Middle.
A first down carry here for Johnson. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
49, guys. Mike, 49. Monday.
They go to Johnson again. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Hey, exit. Watch the run, watch the run.
49, guys. Mike, 49.
Stafford on first down. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 12. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Buffalo, they remain one of the hottest teams out there.
all these trips I had.